1 maxed out MacBook Pro, 1 iPad Pro, 1 Springboard Bootcamp. Yo, this is Oscar, and I am coming back to the design world. Will these tools help me become a professional product designer within these next couple of months? Welcome to my series on Dodefy, my journey to becoming a product designer. Yo guys, welcome back to another episode on Dodefy, my journey to becoming a product designer. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about sketching and why it's important for users to do sketching in their UI process. So this is right after the exploring and the ideation part, which is doing the user research and having done all the personas and you're ready to design. So let's get on with it. So in sketching is basically drawing, doing your basic things like lines and your boxes, your CTAs, anything that has to do with showing your design on paper. And me, I start off with the rough draft, and then following that, I do the final revision after that, which I end up doing it like more neatly. Because the first is like rough draft, like it is a rough draft because I'm the only one that understands it and nobody else. And after that, I make it for others could read it and understand it better. So if you want to start off like that, I think it's a great start. Just doing a rough draft and then revising it to do it better. But anyways, so why sketching is important is because it allows you to make revisions faster. So let's say you show it off to someone else and they think it should work a specific way, or you test it a specific way. You test it with the user and then they point out different things on it, and it's a lot easier to change things around once it's in the sketching step as opposed to when it's not in the sketching step. When it's developed and designed already, it's a lot more work and a lot harder to change that instead of just changing the sketch. So that's why sketching is very important. So another thing is that it allows kind of like a journey, a user journey in a way. It allows you to see how a user would travel throughout your sketch and see if it's like functional and how you can make it functional, if you're missing any pieces, anything else. And yeah, that's sketching. Sketching is really cool. Probably the bad thing is that it's very static. It's not really user like friendly because it's just a drawing of your idea of your design. So it's really hard to test, and it's not really like functional. And as opposed to like high fidelity designs and prototypes, so that's a little different. We'll talk about that later on in the future. So don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment if you do do sketches on your design before actually doing it on the computer? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to know how many of you actually do that. So anyways, let's talk about guerrilla usability testing. So guerrilla usability testing is a way to test users and a way to see, again, if your design is functional. And a way to see that, to do that, is that once you complete drawing it, there's this application called Pulp by Marble. You could download it, and then once you download it, you're able to upload your pictures, and then able to like link like specific CTAs or links or text or whatever. You could actually make it like like an application basically based on your sketches. So it's really neat. So yeah, that's the end of my video. Hopefully you guys learned something about this, the sketching and guerrilla usability testing. Hopefully you guys apply it to your designs before actually implementing it in a computer and in wireframing software like Adobe XD, Figma, and Sketch. So yeah, so this is basically it. Hopefully you guys learned something. Another thing I forgot to mention is that you should be designing from mobile to desktop. It's called progressive enhancement because a lot more users are using the mobile right now as opposed to the desktop. A couple years ago, I used to design more for the desktop and then transition from desktop to mobile. But now that more users are using mobile, it's important to start from mobile because you focus more on the design and the aspects and the way your design works and everything on mobile first, because that's the most important one, because that's where the most traffic comes from your users. And the other one is called desktop to mobile, which is called Graceful Degradation, because basically it, like the word says, it degrades some elements of your design because you cut off a lot of things that you design in your desktop and you can't really apply it in your mobile. So another important thing to consider when you're designing, make sure to start from mobile and then tablet and then desktop. Usually it transitions pretty smoothly and you'll see it once you start designing it. So yeah, hopefully this helps, and for the next one, peace out.